Okay, so let's decipher the 7 wonders of the world in order of the arithmetic of sorts, the understanding, so you can get the clues as to what they're trying to tell us. With a lot of what we do, our scripted nature that we have throughout history, that gives us clues to understand what to do. So the 7 wonders of the world, we've already touched on that, they're ferns of the horns that grow out of the earth. Start with the Temple of Artemis, which is, the Temple of Artemis. You're thinking of the art of us. You understand that there's art behind what we've built and what we've named, and there's a reason why those names are smart. All right, so that's the first thing. Then the Lighthouse of Alexandria. It's a lighthouse, so it's obviously the horn itself has a light function to it. All right. Then there's the Colossus of Rhodes. Now this one's very much interpretable. The Colossus of Rhodes. Call us Rhodes. Remember we talked about the void of wood. All right, and that's a chord. Colossus of Rhodes. They're chords for our soul. Colossus of Rhodes. All right. Then it's the hidden hanging gardens of Babylon. So those hanging gardens, the leaves of that tree and the fruits of that tree are the continuation of life. That's why it's a Babylon, the baby long, the long life. The Great Pyramids of Giza. There are a number of pyramids built in the Middle East region of your world to give clues as to what we're supposed to do later on. And those many pyramids are used to be inhabited for shade and supply water and that sort of thing. But there's more purpose to them later on. That's understanding. Probably if you look at their their global location within that desert, you can probably map out roundabouts where they're supposed to be, the horns of the world, because they were scripted to do that to begin with. And sand's a very powerful particle. It has a lot of, it's breathable. It's, it can get into you and make you think a certain way. Then the statue of Zeus at Olympia. So it's my understanding these horns have some, they're conductable of electricity. Zeus, the god of light, god of lightning. It's a obvious description of what these horns of these trees will, the phenomenons that will take place around them. And then it's the Mausoleum of Halicarnassus. So it's a mausoleum, it's a tomb for us, and it hauls our cars. Our souls, through decomposition, haul up through the tree and then go to the leaves, and then we're spawning a fruit. The world, the earth, additionals. So the wonders of the world, they're there for a reason. Again, what's activating the brains of ancient primitive people is what they eat anyway, the text inside of the food that they eat. So each one of those creatures or species have information to give them to be able to bring them along through civilization growth. The civilization growth that has occurred is a flawless script thus far. So we want to continue that to make certain that we can build those horns the right way. We draw parallel of conclusion to those 7 wonders of the world. 1, the deer, the horns, to prove that they've been here all along, giving humans and man and other species the supporting systems that they need to be able to build the world the right way. So God gave us those beasts to rule over, to be able to use those beasts more than just energy, but literally in their G of understanding. Because, for example, when America was settled, buffalo, who had the horns, they were a very, very much needed source of protein to build a country. And there's other species within the world that have had those similar, like the camel, for example, in the Middle East. I call the camel the ABC mouse because it has water, food, and transportation already built into it. That's a gift when you're creating your world, that's a gift to have that species. You got to think about it like that. Natural selection is only part of it. There's some species that live through because you need them later on. That's a fern. This information, for example, has to live through because you need it later on to understand what you're supposed to do. The 7 wonders of the world are clues to the horns that grow out of our earth. There it is. Deciphered for you. Glory to the Creator. Glory to primitive people and previous generations of people who built those things. Now, I've said it before, you were born and there were buildings, but they were there for a reason. So the idea is you have to learn from those things, understand why things were built a certain way to understand what your future is. That's history, your story. But that's all in all, the trees, the horns that grow out, they're a mausoleum for our souls. Then our decomposition is siphoned up through and put into a new earth, put into a new world where we live at a more micro level, but it's still the same perception. That's the idea. So think about it. I could take you and make you really small later on after you die, but to you it's the same damn thing. That's a miracle. That's what life is. At every level of understanding. That's why we have to respect other perspectives of life. That's why respect and perspect are so synonymous in terms of the alliteration of lettering. Respect other perspectives. It's important. Love you.